When 9 people called 911 to report a shooting, it took nearly an hour for the Dallas Police Department to get there. Tonight, investigative reporter Brian New looking directly into what went wrong. It's an I-Team exclusive.
It was a quiet night at the Overlook Ranch Apartments in North Dallas when all of a sudden,
we heard pow, 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 pow.
Adam Keel said he knew it was gunshots.
It just kept going and it didn't seem to stop.
When Adam looked out his peephole, he saw people running and could hear people screaming.
There was one girl who commented, "You're trying to get me killed."
What did you do?
Checked on my kid. That was the first thing, because I don't know how bullets are going to go through these walls. And I called 911.
Dallas 911 is Charles. What's the location of your emergency?
According to police records, Adam told the call taker he heard more than a dozen gunshots, saw people running, and needs police assistance. Adam then waited and waited.
I assumed they would show up at least within 5-10 minutes.
And did they show up quickly?
No, they did not.
Police dash cam video shows officers pulling up to the apartment complex at 12:32 a.m., 55 minutes after Adam first called 911.
Somebody over there could be hurt. Somebody could have a gunshot wound, and time is of the essence in that sort of situation.
And the I-Team discovered not only did Adam from his apartment right back there call 911,
Dallas 911, this is Karina. Where is your emergency?
but so did his neighbor who lives behind him, and his neighbor upstairs,
Dallas 911,
and others who live in nearby buildings.
Dallas 911 is Charles.
In fact, the I-Team found that 9 people called 911 at nearly the exact same time from this apartment complex, reporting multiple gunshots and people yelling. And yet this incident was given the same priority as someone calling 911 to report a minor accident.
By the time officers arrived, the suspect was long gone. All that was left was a pile of shell casings. When Adam asked officers why it took them so long, listen to the officer's answer on her body camera.
Make sure you let the dispatcher know that it's urgent so we can get out here.
What did you think of that?
I thought, how do gunshots, reports of gunshots with people fleeing a scene qualify as low disturbance? It made no sense to me.
The Dallas Police Department told the I-Team the 911 call taker on the original call made a mistake. Here's what police say went wrong. The first person who called 911 to report the shooting had little information, only that he heard gunshots, and so it was coded as random gunfire, a lower priority call. But when other neighbors minutes later called about the same shooting with more details, it should have been upgraded to an emergency high priority call. It was not.
Dallas 911 is Charles.
I called about 45 minutes ago when reported gunshots from my next door neighbor's apartment, and nobody has shown up yet.
Had Adam and another neighbor not called back a second time, nearly 45 minutes after they first called, their call for help likely would have never been upgraded. Adam says who knows then when police would have arrived.
Can I count on Dallas PD to be there for me? After that incident, that's very discouraging.
Now, the Dallas Police Department says it was able to identify a suspect in the shooting and charged him with unlawful discharge of a firearm. It doesn't appear as if anyone was hurt in that shooting. Now, to better understand how the department prioritizes 911 calls, we have a chart on our website showing each priority level and the types of calls assigned to each. And Doug, when you hear the police department say that they respond to 911 calls within 8 minutes, what they're referring to is just those priority 1 calls right there at the top of the chart.
So at the end of the day, based on what you just reported on, has the Dallas Police Department done anything to change the way they would have handled this or will in the future?
They have. They said as a result of this, not only have they changed their training for 911, but they've also talked to that call taker, and they said that they're going to work with her to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Okay. Brian New, thank you very much for looking into that. The CBS 11 I-Team always here working for you. If you have a tip or simply a question, shoot them an email. They're always there for you. I-Team at ktvt.com.